Thank you all for inviting me to this inspiring event. I would like in this note to thank especially Rina for has become in the last few years my mentor and my friend. And again, thank you for inviting me today. This opportunity to meet and learn from each other in many ways is the meaning of 3025 for me. The belief that through our action and thought, we can change dramatically the discourse and the decision-making arena if we only gather around and translate our experience to political power. Today, I would like to share with you some thoughts that have arisen from our joint effort to advance the National Action Plan implementing 3025 in Israel. We have been greatly inspired and continue to learn from various international localization process of this resolution, and I hope that today this presentation could contribute this forum. I'm aware of the fact that 3025 is well known among you and in this forum, and therefore I won't elaborate too much regarding the resolution in order to focus on our journey in Israel. However, should there be any question regarding the resolution, I would be happy to answer them in the Q&A session. 3025 as a political and legal platform was adopted in Israel 11 years ago in 2005. In fact, Israel was the first country in the world to adopt 3025 by amending the Israeli law. With this legislation, Israel committed itself to ensuring proper representation of women in all national policy-making committees and teams, emphasizing that proper representation is also mandatory in peace process teams. In addition, in this amendment of the law, for the first time, Israeli legislation acknowledged the fact that proper representation should advance women from all groups of society. Accordingly, the amendment of the law included the stipulation that diverse representation of women from all parts of society is proper representation. This amendment of the law was in many ways a breakthrough. The fact that in the Israeli law there is now a link between women's representation and the peace process was no less than groundbreaking, directly inspired from the 3025 principles. Of course, the fact that there was no real peace process was another story. In addition, the fact that this legislation acknowledged the need for diverse voices, experience, and identities in decision-making bodies was unique, reflecting in some way the spirit of 2025 that has encouraged UN members to include local women's organizations, recognizing the importance of their perspectives. Unfortunately, as you might all know, this legislation didn't change the reality. These novel ideas stays as a nice declaration with almost no government awareness of the amendment of the law. The lack of implementation, along with the potential of the law, brought my organization, Itach Ma'aki, to enforce the government's implementation of the law. This was done using several legal procedures, including submitting petitions to the Supreme Court against government bodies that had breached the law. After several years of focus on legal tools and some success in progressing the implementation of the law, we began to explore other tools as well. Inspired by dozens of countries around the world, and especially after a visit in Bosnia, we decided to advance a holistic approach that included a comprehensive governmental plan, employing a diverse set of tools, such as educational, media, and legal tools. Subsequently, 4 years ago, along with 30 NGOs and feminist activists in Israel, we embarked on a process intended to advance a national action plan in Israel, implementing all 3 principles of 3025, representation, protection, and violence prevention by including gender perspectives. During this process, we developed and launched a civil action plan, formulating 3025 principles in a way that addressed the unique challenge in Israel. After many efforts, almost 2 years ago, the Israeli government decided to advance a national action plan inspired by 3025. However, we still have a long way ahead of us before a national action plan is formally issued and put into practice. Despite the fact that implementing a national action plan can be a very significant step, it is important to know that this is one more step toward furthering peace in the region and not the final step of this process. Now I want to present you a short video regarding our process, and then I will focus regarding our dilemmas and challenges in the process that arose through the process. So Sherry, this is our moment.
The moment we've been waiting for. Do we know how to do the lights yet?
We do.
Israel has experienced long-lasting bloody wars as well as numerous failed attempts to solve the conflict. Since Resolution 1325 passed, women's organizations have made efforts to promote the UN resolution in Israel with public campaigns, legislation, and petitions to the High Court.
החלטה 1325 משנת 2000 היא לא פחות ממהפכה. האמירה שנשים הן יכולות להיות game changer בסכסוכים הקיימים רלוונטית במיוחד לישראל. מדינות רבות בעולם אימצו תוכנית פעולה לאומית על מנת לקדם את העקרונות הללו. אנחנו האמנו שזאת האסטרטגיה הנכונה בשבילנו.
In January 2012, women's organizations began the process of creating a detailed action plan for implementing 1325 in Israel.
ההחלטה ההיסטורית הזאת נוגעת לנשים ונערות באזורי סכסוך אלים. וההחלטה הזאת בעצם מסמנת שנשים ונערות באזורי סכסוך אלים חוות את הסכסוך בצורה אחרת.
הכוונה היא לבנות תוכנית פעולה לאומית ליישום 1325 ולהביא לידי כך שהיא תורבץ על ידי כל ממשלה שנמצאת בשלטון במדינת ישראל.
היכולת להביא לחדר אחד כל כך הרבה נשים וכל כך הרבה ארגונים וכן לייצר דיאלוג מתמשך זה סוג של נס.
Dozens of feminist activists participated in bi-monthly roundtable discussions, redefining the concept of security and designing their shared vision for change.
היה מדהים לראות את כל ארגוני הנשים וראשיהם וחברותיהם משתפות פעולה. אפשר היה לתת למגוון מאוד מאוד גדול של נשים מכל קבוצות האוכלוסייה לקחת חלק בכתיבת המסמך החשוב הזה.
حسيت انه انا مسؤولة عن اني ايش بحكي اكثر من صوتي كهزار، كمان كيف انا بجيب الصوت الفلسطيني، كيف انا بدي امثل هون النساء الفلسطينيات باكمل صورة.
After 2 years of dedicated work, the Civil Society Action Plan was launched at an international conference.
יש לנו את המומחיות ואת הידע לא רק לכתוב תוכנית פעולה כוללת, אלא לשים תשתית אחרת למושג הביטחון.
The action plan's goals include protection of women from violence, participation in policy-making bodies, prevention of violent conflicts and racism. The plan specifies concrete steps to be taken and indicators for evaluating progress.
It is a pleasure to greet this diverse assembly of Israeli women's organizations. I wish you all the best for a successful meeting.
התפקיד שלנו זה לשבור את הדבר הזה של באמת אותה אחווה שמחוברת לעטיני הממסד הביטחוני-גברי.
אין ספק שיד ביד אנחנו כל הליכי החקיקה נקדם יחדיו.
זה ראשיתו של תהליך של שכנוע הממשלה והכנסת להריץ את התוכנית.
The summer war further highlighted just how crucial the need for change is.
We want to be there just like men in the places that count, being part of the decision-making process.
The call to implement 1325 began to echo in Parliament.
לנו הוועדה לתנועה מעמד האישה יחד עם ועדת המשנה של חינוך וביטחון של הכנסת רואות חשיבות עליונה לשילוב נשים בכדי קבלת החלטות, מיגור האלימות נגד נשים וסיום סכסוכים אלימים. ולפיכך קוראות לממשלת ישראל קדימה לאמץ החלטת ממשלה